Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about the Massey Ferguson 135. Where is it? A lot of people have been asking about that tractor. It's still over at Young's Tractor Restoration, currently being restored. The engine has been rebuilt, the Perkins P3 engine, and the transmission has finally been rebuilt. It is taking a little bit longer than usual because of COVID and also sourcing parts and paint. That tractor is taking a little bit longer than usual. And at the start of the restoration, when I took it into Young's, I was given a price, and that price will be carried out now towards the end of the restoration, and I'm really happy about that because going ahead into the future I think it's going to be more and more expensive to restore tractors. All in, the tractor's probably worth, unrestored, about 9,000 at the moment, and fully restored it will hopefully be worth about 10,000, but I'm putting about £5,000 of my own money into this tractor. But once it is restored, it will be something which will be hopefully an asset for the farm, but also something to take out to shows and enjoy. And I've noticed over the last couple of years with Olly's farm, a lot of you guys have been getting interested in 135s, 35Xs, classic Masseys, and that's great. And a lot of you are asking me about where to find them. Well, the problem is that in this country, a lot of the sort of 1960s tractors have disappeared. They've been exported. So to actually find them now is quite difficult. And one way in which you could find a 135 is you could look at importing one into this country, perhaps from France, parts of Europe. That might be one way in which you could do it. But we are noticing now an increase in small tractor prices because you just can't get them at the moment. Little tractors like the 65, the 135, the 35X, for example. So they will probably, their prices will just keep going up and up and up because of that. And yes, a lot of you have said about the Taffy tractors, which is a remake of the old Massey Fergusons. The problem is they're never going to be the same as the original Massey Fergusons made all those years ago at Banner Lane. The processes they used back then making classic tractors was very different to what we have nowadays. So I'm not saying that a Taffy is necessarily a bad tractor, they get the job done, but they're just not quite the same as the originals from back in the day. So we're entering this market now of tractor collectors who are collecting 135s, 35Xs, and a lot of the classic Masseys, old Ferguson T20s and things like that. And they're putting them away in a shed and actually enjoying them, but sitting on them at the same time. So they're an appreciating asset now, classic tractors. And as long as you're still allowed to drive and operate these things, they will be a good investment actually for young farmers and for people who are interested in farming. You're probably better off putting your money in a classic tractor at the moment. I mean, what we found over this last couple of years is your money is actually better off in real assets which you can actually touch. Things like gold and silver I know are another interesting investment. However, one of the great things with tractors is if it's something you enjoy, then it's not such a bad thing. And also, it's exactly the same thing at the moment with the old Land Rover Defender on the farm. I say old, it's about 7 years old now, it's quite young. However, that will probably end up being some sort of a classic Land Rover. But the problem with that is, will we still be able to drive them in the future? I hope we still can. What I think would be a good idea is if we treat classic tractors and cars like cigars, or like a drink at the weekend, for example. So it's a treat you can go out with at the weekend and enjoy, and then in the week you can drive an electric car, a hydrogen car, a hybrid, whatever it might be. And I think that would be a really good solution, for people to be able to still enjoy the old school cars and tractors. So classic tractors, they are a good investment if you can get hold of one, and there will always be a value for a classic tractor on the export market because there's other parts of the world which still appreciate the old 135s, such as India. The Indian market absolutely adore the early Massey Fergusons. They even remanufacture and build modern day 135s over there, which are the Taffys. But it's just, again, it's not quite the same as the original 135s. That's what they really want. And they do say all good things come to those who wait. So we have got a little bit of waiting to do until next year when that tractor comes back. And if you are out there looking for your tractor, I do hope you do find one. We've had a lot of messages recently of people looking for 65s and 135s. I can't tell you where to find them. You just have to go out there and keep searching. And one day something will turn up. But they are becoming more and more few and far between nowadays. And also today we have been talking about an Olly's Farm tractor run, which would be hopefully at the start of 2022, maybe even later on at the end of this year. So leave a comment about that if you'd like to see a tractor run. and we'll try and organise something for a local Norfolk charity, which I've spoken about before, which is the Norfolk Air Ambulance charity, which does fantastic work with the air ambulance, saving people from harm in remote places. Go and pick up people when they've been injured or if they're in an emergency situation, and they are an absolutely fantastic charity. So leave a comment about the tractor charity run, and hopefully the little 135 will be back on the farm very soon. Keep liking, keep subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one.